never thought I'd be sitting here recording this on my phone, but I don't know what else to do anymore. My name's Mia. I'm 27. I work in graphic design at a small firm downtown in Portland. And for the last 5 months, my life has slowly turned into something I can't explain. It started so small I convinced myself I was just forgetful or stressed from deadlines. Now I'm scared to even turn off the lights. It was early November when I first noticed the pillows on my couch were swapped. I always keep the big gray one on the left because it lines up with the window light in the mornings. One Friday, I came home from work and it was on the right. I shrugged it off. Maybe I did it myself on autopilot after a long day. Then my coffee mug, the chipped blue one I drink from every single morning, was in the sink even though I swear I left it on the counter with half an inch of cold coffee still in it. Little stuff. They were annoying, but nothing that made me panic. By mid-December, it escalated. I'd find laundry from my hamper folded and put away, but not the way I fold. Socks paired, shirts buttoned at the collar, I'd never do that. One morning, I woke up to my underwear drawer open and a pair of my nicest black lace ones laid out on top like a gift. I felt sick. I changed the locks that same weekend and told my best friend Emily everything. Emily, been my person since we were freshmen sharing a dorm room. She's the one who always shows up with takeout and bad reality TV when I'm spiraling. She drove over that night, helped me flip every cushion and crawl under the bed with a flashlight. "This is some next-level creep shit, Mia," she said, and she crashed on my couch for 2 nights in a row. Nothing happened while she was here. She even helped me set up the Ring camera on the door and the little indoor one in the living room. Ultimately, she has a life of her own. She can't be with me all the time. At work, I vented to my colleague Derek. He sits 2 desks over. He's the type of guy who can fix anything. He's the one who brought in the extra motion lights for the office break room last year. He offered to come by after hours and tweak the camera app on my phone so I'd get better alerts. Stayed an extra 40 minutes rerouting the Wi-Fi because the indoor cam kept glitching and dropping footage at night. He even started to drive me back home so I'd feel more safe. Nice guy, always has been. Soon a lot of people started to notice my face filled with constant stress and offered me support. I'm super grateful to them, like my neighbor Zach, the 20-year-old college kid across the hall, noticed me looking rattled one evening when I was fumbling with my keys. He's the type who blasts music until 1 a.m. and leaves his bike in the hallway, but he's a real gentleman who always offers to carry my groceries up the stairs when he sees me struggling. He asked if everything was okay, said he'd keep an eye out for weirdos, and even joked about installing one of those door jam bars he saw on TikTok. Then there's Mr. Harlan in 4B, right next door. He's this 68-year-old Vietnam vet who's lived in the building longer than I've been alive. Quiet guy, always in the same faded olive jacket with the American flag patch on the shoulder. He walks with a limp from shrapnel he caught in '72, he told me once. His wife passed away from breast cancer about 10 years back, and he never really got over it. He keeps a little framed photo of her on his windowsill that you can see from the hallway. Most days he's out front tending the tiny rose bed the landlord lets him maintain, or sitting on the stoop reading old war history books. He's the kind of neighbor who fixes things without being asked. We chat sometimes by the mailboxes, nothing deep, just him asking how my job going or telling me a short story about how his platoon learned to move silent through the jungle so the enemy never heard them coming. Boring neighbor stuff. Comforting, even. He waved at me the other day when I was taking out the trash and said, "You look tired, kid. Take care of yourself." He reminds me so much of my father. Then there's my ex, Brandon. We broke up 9 months ago because he couldn't handle me having any life outside him, constantly checking my location, showing up at happy hours uninvited, flipping out if I didn't text back in 10 minutes. Around Christmas, he started texting again. "Miss you a lot. Can we talk?" I ignored him. A few days later, a dozen red roses showed up on my doormat with no card, just a note that said, "You know who these are from." Same florist he always used. I blocked the number again and filed a report with the police. They took a statement but said without proof of entry, it was barely considered harassment. The cameras went up right after New Year's. The Ring caught nothing unusual, just me coming and going, Zach hauling his bike, Mr. Harlan shuffling out to get his newspaper at 6:45 every morning like clockwork. But the indoor cam kept dying on random nights. Footage would just vanish. Emily came over twice to help me reset it. She's always been better with tech than me. Derek even remote logged in once from work to check the settings. By February, I was barely sleeping. I'd wake up to the floor creaking in the hallway at 3 a.m. bedroom door open when I knew I'd closed it. One night I sat bolt upright because I could hear someone breathing slow and steady in the dark. Flipped the light, nothing. But my laptop on the desk was warm to the touch, screen off, but fan still spinning like it had been running for hours. I started sleeping with the lights on, then the notes appeared. First one slipped under my pillow. "You look so beautiful when you sleep." Block letters, no prints. I showed Emily. She actually teared up and made me sleep at her place for a weekend. Police took the note, dusted, said the same thing they always say. No forced entry, no video, maybe something I made up. I laughed bitterly because it had to be Brandon. He knew exactly how I slept, how I arranged my pillows, the exact brand of lotion I keep on the nightstand. It fit. Last week I came home and my bed was made. Hospital corners, the way no one but Brandon ever did it when we lived together. I called the police again, told them it was definitely my ex. They said they'd talk to him. Yesterday I found the final note in my work bag, folded neat inside my sketchbook. "Darling, don't be scared. I can't wait to kiss you soon." Same block letters. My hands shook so hard I could barely dial. I texted Brandon in a rage. "Leave me the hell alone." No reply. I spent the whole evening packing, convinced he was finally crossing the line. I'm recording this right now because I can't keep it in anymore. The police just called me 20 minutes ago. They questioned Brandon again, and he had receipts for being out of town the last 3 nights. Solid alibis. I hung up feeling more lost than ever. I locked the door, deadbolt and chain. I'm sitting on the couch with every light on, phone in my hand, telling this whole stupid story because maybe if it's out there someone will believe me. I just heard the floor creak in the hallway. It's not the normal settling sound. It's careful. Like someone who knows exactly which boards squeak. The deadbolt just clicked open. I locked it. I know I did. Footsteps now, slow, measured, that slight limp drag I've heard 1,000 times by the mailboxes. The bedroom door is opening. It's Mr. Harlan. He's standing there in his old army jacket, smiling the same gentle smile he gives me every morning. In his hand is a small syringe. He's holding my spare key, the one I never gave him. He says, voice soft like he's talking to a scared recruit. "It's all right, I've been here every night, watching, keeping you safe the way I kept my men safe. You remind me so much of her, my Whiffy. I couldn't let anyone else have you. Not that ex of yours, not any of them." Stepping closer, he's reaching for me now.